When it's raining outside, I pull out my Florida mug, yeah! What's up, socials? Welcome back to I've Tried Everything, a question and answer series where I get to sit on my couch, drink coffee, and answer your questions.
What is your morning routine, Amy? I always ask people this question because the answers vary and it's interesting.
Thank you, Willie, for your Twitter question. I so appreciate it. This is the first Twitter question I've taken for I've Tried Everything because sometimes I like the Twitter. So make sure you're following and you can ask me questions over there too. I'm so glad you asked this because my morning routine has a lot to do with any success whatsoever that comes into my life. I honestly mean that. I'm not gonna sit here and have the whole you should wake up earlier routine type of lecture. That's a bunch of crap. If you're better waking up earlier, then wake up earlier or wake up when you want to. I'm also a believer that no matter what time you wake up, that you wake up on your terms. Especially for me, I work for myself. So for me to wake up and be on somebody else's terms when I wake up, that's a really great way to not want to work for myself anymore. So it's really important to me that whenever the rest of the world is getting started, and by the rest of the world, I mean my world, whenever people start emailing me, whenever people start tweeting me, whenever people are waking up and wanting me to interact with them in some capacity, phone calls, conference calls, interviews, I need time before that to just be me. So that actually means I wake up pretty early, and because I've embraced the fact that it's my time, that's my why for being driven enough to wake up early, because I am not a morning person. So the first 45 minutes to an hour that I wake up is surrounded around things that make me feel happy and better as a human being. So first, that means washing my face and brushing my teeth because that's just necessary. But then I sit down and I start writing down my goals. Yeah, I write them down every day. Sometimes twice. Because I think it's so bizarre that we set goals I don't know, as a New Year's resolution or hey, we're gonna get refreshed on the new goals for this year, and then they sit somewhere in a notebook or an Evernote, and then you might look at them twice a year. If I wanna fulfill my goals, I gotta look at those things every day, and I need to write them down with my hands that are having a really hard time writing because we live in the digital age. So that's a big one. I also make time to read every morning at least one chapter of whatever book I'm reading at that time. If you wanna know what I'm reading, go to goodreads.com/schmittastic. I always update it by the exact page that thing is accurate. And I also do a couple of other things that are basically my version of meditation, because I can't really wrap my mind around meditation that well. I try. Sometimes I do fully say this time we're really gonna meditate, Amy. But usually I just do a combination of things. First is morning pages. If you've never heard of morning pages, it's essentially just unloading whatever's on your mind first thing in the morning on 3 pages of paper. Write it down. And then I also do 5 minutes of visualization, which is really great because after I've written down my goals, sitting down for a few minutes silently and visualizing me going through my day and what I'm going to be doing that's going to help me fulfill those goals is extremely important. Attaching everything you do to a why is critical. Why do I drink this coffee? Because I want to be awake. Why do I use this ring light? Because I'm not coming to terms with the wrinkles on my face. Why do I read a chapter of a book every morning? Because somebody spent time creating 300 pages of something that's basically a major event that they learned throughout their life, and I get to learn it just by reading it. Why do I write down my goals every morning? Because I work for myself. I report to myself, and if I lose sight of why I'm doing all of this, it's very easy to go into dark mode. Not good. And the other thing I do is I work out. 3 times a week I go to the gym. The days that I don't go to the gym, I just do some stretches and stuff, and on the weekends I go to yoga. I don't like to try to fit fitness classes into my work week. It just changes everything. Also, you need to sprinkle in there that I take the dog out, feed her, cuddle her first, because that's why she's there, and make the bed, because you cannot go about your day unless your bed is made. If you don't have a made bed, then everything else in your life is a mess. Guaranteed. Look at yourself. If you don't make your bed, I bet something of a percentage of your life is a mess. And that's it. That's everything that I do in the morning, and only then do I start checking on the inquiries, like emails, or tweets to me or snaps to me, but I'm not gonna respond or react to the rest of the world until I have had my morning time. Thank you so much for that question, Willie. I'm so excited that I got to share that with you because I feel like this is a process I should share with you guys on a regular basis because it's always changing and getting better. I would love to know more about what your morning routines are. Please share them in the comments below. And you can also submit a question to me for I've Tried Everything in the comments as well. If you'd rather ask me via a video, you can do that by uploading something to your own YouTube channel as unlisted and emailing me that link. My email is in the description. Or you can tweet me like Willie did at Schmittastic. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.